It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen, and joining me tonight, the former national champion and National Player of the Year, it's Jay Williams.
Ed, stop it. You keep gassing me up. Actually, don't stop it. Keep fluffing me. I like it. Shouldn't we be talking about the matchup on the court tonight? Let's see what's going on.
Jay, you have to own it. These 10 players on the floor about to do so as well. The Lakers begin the game with the basketball.
Defense, let's go.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
To Danny Green. And two for AD. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
And count the basket inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Nothing going here on that drive. To James. Missed the wide open look.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Paul George, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
George, short jumper off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
Count the basket at the rim.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To George. Beverly. That is great vision to set it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Goes to the right side. Rondo to the basket, but he can't finish.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Beverly to Paul George. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. James into the front court. Trailing by 4. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bit, and that's the game.
LeBron James at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%. The free throw is good. It's back to a one-point game. Free throws up and perfect. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Leonard can't connect. It's no good. Rondo into the front court. Down just a couple. Deep right corner. Curling inside. Kuzma. To Danny Green. Rondo. And the rebound taken in by George. To Beverly. Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And the Clippers able to clear the board. George, defended by Cousins. To Leonard.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in L.A. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in L.A. now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. And Cousins is fouled. Boogie going to the line. He's going to shoot two.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First one, count it.
I like that. Stepping in for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Beverley into the front court. Up by 3. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Rises for the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Leonard to George. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Beverley into the front court. Leads a bucket. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Cousins. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Beverley into the front court. All tied up, 13 apiece. To Paul George. From the outside, no good.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First free throw is good.
Number 7, JaVale McGee. Into the game for LA.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George. They'll get it down low to Harold. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Knocked loose. Crook shot won't go. 1 quarter down, and this one's all tied up. A tight ball game thus far. 15 all as we start the second quarter. Dwight Howard sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Cashes in for two.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Kawhi Leonard up against the 8-time All-Star. Dwight Howard swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Dwight Howard trying to cash in on a three-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. LA Clippers with the basketball.
I'm on D.
Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely. But everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's his second time in his career he's been named 6th Man of the Year. And that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Harkless. Dwight Howard, huge block. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Beverly. Around the perimeter to Harkless. Here's a chance from long range. He buries it.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
LeBron in a matchup with Harkless. From the painted area, won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
George, defended by Howard. Has a look. Paul George. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here's James with a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Harkless. And the finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Driving is Rondo, but a shot won't fall. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
That's me. You gotta get up on that.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the assist.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Paul George to Harkless. Paul George, 4-2, sacrificing everything for the loose ball. And finally, play is stopped on the tie-up. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Baseline drive. Caldwell Pope to James. The drive right to the basket. And he'll head to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
LeBron James. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot.
It's LA Clippers ball. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Williams to Harkless. It's PG for 2. Paul George, 4 out of 10.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Jay, the Lakers, not just a great franchise, but they are a brand in the NBA. With LeBron James, what do you make of Laker fans accepting him maybe now or down the road as one of their own?
They better accept him now. I agree wholeheartedly with Jeannie Buss when she said they're not Laker fans or they're not happy about LeBron James. He is a Laker, and this is one of the most loyal fan bases we have, not just in this country, but in the entire world. The most Twitter followers of all the teams in the NBA.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Clippers have the basketball. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. In the front court comes Rondo. The lead is 2. Shot from in close, no good. Williams across the timeline. Final minute, first half. Lou Williams. He's 2 for 2 now.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Even to Zubats with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Davis. Scores from the post.
Okay, that time it was effective, but a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
George. Los Angeles, they have it. To Danny Green, trying to cash in. He's looking for that touch.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Paul George. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. First half comes to an end. The Lakers have the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Lakers have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers are still very much in this matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Dwight Howard did a remarkable job of swatting shot after shot. Scorers have got to be thinking twice when he's within range.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
It's James controlling the offense. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
George in a matchup with Boogie. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ivica Zubac at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. 71% for his career. And he missed the free throw. To Danny Green. Lets it fly from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
George gets it in the right corner. To Leonard. LeBron James tips it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. Beverly. George, they have to keep him in their grasp.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Nothing going here on that drive. And scores. Strong take.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Got it. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
That's out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron. George. Not that time. Davis to Cousins. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly into the front court. Tie game, third quarter. And the Lakers have the rebound. LeBron James against Paul George. To Danny Green. And the Clippers have the rebound. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
And draws the foul.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
LeBron James. A couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Nope. First one does not go. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Beverly into the front court. Leads 3. George, defended by Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, able to recover with the block. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Ivica Zubac at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Flushes it home.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Anthony Davis has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% at the line. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2.
I like that. I'm here. I got ball.
to Leonard. Beverly. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
James to Caldwell Pope. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Kawhi Leonard with the block. James buries it.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to threes. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
George against Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Leonard. Five seconds to shoot. George lets it fly. Can't connect.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Williams into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. George to Williams. To Beverly. And the rebound taken down by the Clippers. LA Clippers with the basketball. To Beverly. Strong finish for Paul George. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
DeMarcus Cousins. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
And he hits.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To James. Has a chance. LeBron shot, that's no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
It's LA Clippers ball to Leonard. Can't connect from in close. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Williams across the timeline. It's an 8-point lead. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kawhi Leonard, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Kuzma here against Harkless. They'll get it down to Green. Nice pass to get things going.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Clippers have the basketball. Paul George to Beverly. Down low for Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. With that, he's 5 for 9.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Down for McGee. Gets to the basket and scores.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
George to Harkless. They'll get it down to Leonard. The jumper's off the mark. It's Cook with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Paul George. JaVale McGee pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Leonard to Harkless. Wide open shot. Nice to see him expand his arsenal. Down the lane to lay it in.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Harkless. Beverly. Down low for Leonard. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. The free throw good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Kawhi Leonard against Cousins. To George. Leonard. Anthony Davis rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Paul George. 4-3. And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Anthony Davis. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
George to Leonard. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2. On the drive, it's Cook, but he can't finish.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Leonard to George. Going a launch beyond the arc. And it's Davis for the rebound. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys down 11. From the painted area, won't go down. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Leonard to Beverly. Leonard. And the rebound gathered in by Davis. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Harkless to Paul George. From long range, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Rondo. It's George with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers got themselves a win here today. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Assists. Player of the game.
Paul George seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.